When Ivan Golunov was set free, the community activists got excited. The victory is ours. But after taking a closer look, it turned out that Golunov case was nothing but a special detention, followed by a special operation of setting him free. It's hard to say for sure now whether the public reaction for this case was calculated beforehand or not, yet it appeared, and it appeared sincere. Nevertheless, those detained by Petrovka 38 were set free, and no one got beaten up roughly by Nikulinsky court palace. These are the facts. An edition called Project reported on Monday, referring to two officials in Kremlin, that the president's administration was willing to drop criminal charges against Golunov before June 20th, which is the date of Putin's People Conference. According to the project sources, the decision to sentence Golunov to home detention on June 8th was approved by the President Administration Office head Anton Vaino, and his first deputy Alexei Gromov allowed the TV channels to support the journalist publicly. Here's the quote of Dmitry Muratov. They started discussing the next step on Monday. Putin took part in making the decision. Commissioner for Human Rights Moskvalkova reported the situation to him in the very details. And after she came out, she supposed that dozens of thousands more drug-related sentences could have been fabricated. Country's political lead made the right choice by deciding that the special services, which I suppose Muratov says, were trying to convince the lead of the country as well as Moscow of the perspective beneficial for themselves. Golunov's release put himself and Medusa's management into a very extreme situation. They came out of it not gracefully at all. Ivan Kolpakov posted an appeal not to go out for Golunov protection march on June 12th. Even though the march is no longer in Golunov protection, but for all those unjustly accused in Russia, due to numerous fake cases. Golunov himself reported to stay at home, and Medusa editorial office advised to have a drink this day. The bruised society, which considered the victory there, started criticizing them and was close to declare the diagnosis. Vostrikov's syndrome, yet they overreacted again. Golunov case seems to begin a massive special operation of Thaw Imitation, should one take a closer look at the news. And now the parliament offers to change paragraph 282 of the criminal code and soften the penalty for large amounts of drugs purchased and possession without a purpose of distribution. Nobody sees a very important thing, of course. When the state is built on a feeding scheme, maintaining police get non-cost effective. This way, the drug possession penalty softening has the only purpose to allow police officers and special agents slinging drugs not having to share with anyone. That's the only thing. It's sure not for citizens. They will keep planting drugs on citizens as they used to, and the citizens will still go to prison. They are making it for themselves, so that they feel safe and comfortable inside the system. This will mitigate the Ministry of Internal Affairs a lot. Allowing such way of income for the police, the government undermines its security, which we may call the bright side. Tatiana Moskvalkova met Ukrainian ombudsperson Lyudmila Denisova. They agreed upon forming a work group that would work on setting the prisoners free. Federal Service for Surveillance on Consumer Rights Protection and Human Well-being offered not to terminate food. This news seemed to have no connection with Golunov case, yet the special process of running Russia always needs a complex look, taking all the hidden and proxy details into account. The march of July the 12th from Chistye Prudy district is over. It gathered up to 3,000 participants. That's when the cops lose their minds again, arrests begin. They capture Navalny for some reason again. Dozens of those mentally ready for active protests, according to the police, were detained. No shooting, God forbid, just showing the principled stand. And according to Kremlin, the common mood needs to stay different. We've almost won. Well, almost. Give it another minute and we'll sure win. I see no big point in sudden marching that brings no political demands, as the demand to set Golunov free is no longer political. It could have been changed to a demand of the government displacement. We need to demand something drastic, as non-radical things don't work, as you see. We need some plan among opposition representatives, not just those on Vilnius Forum, of what needs to be done when the time comes. Until there is no such plan, we see the situation of 2012 repeat each time. The protest is given up, and it will be given up the same way today, believe me. It will be switched to some other object today, like Navalny and so on. Yet there are no political demands, so I believe that the situation going on is good because of the citizens being active, but the senseless activity leads to nothing. We need to have a clear plan, and we need millions, not hundreds of people on the streets. When all these people in uniform try to plant dope on you, and each third of you goes to prison for drug possession, guys, you'll be standing in my shoes protesting. Think of what you're doing, fellas. Kremlin listens closely to the heartbeat of the streets. Do you want to win so bad? Here's the imitation. What else do you need? Feel high, even drug-free. Yet, a dumb animal inertia doesn't allow Kremlin to back off. It keeps making the same mistakes using the instincts, not the brain. If this was an attempt to imitate a Thaw, then it was quite a dumb one. In any case, the regime doesn't know any better.